Tonight, local medical services called into question following the shooting death of a prominent businessman in Bimini. Also, a brazen daylight murder at Government House prompting a pledge by the National Security Chief to improve security at government offices. And later, the country's third quarter financial figures are released. Just how do the numbers measure up? Find out coming up. This is Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News brought to you by Flow Evo, powered by BTC. Flow Evo is here.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Candino Knowles. Thanks for joining us. Off the top tonight, the health minister is on the defense following criticism by 4 nationals who claim that medical services on family islands are poor following the murder of their loved one this past weekend. The incident also capturing international headlines and highlighting medical facilities or the lack thereof in the country. Our Janelle Longley has tonight's top story.
You're not going to have a trauma center staffed by a surgeon and an anesthesiologist in every community and every island in the Commonwealth of Bahamas.
Minister of Health Dr. Dwayne Sands coming to the defense of Family Island Medical Services following claims made by a colleague of a well-known American businessman who was killed on Bimini over the weekend.
Veterinary clinics here that have more adequate equipment and supplies and trained staff.
47-year-old well-known American businessman Alain Perez was shot multiple times in the upper part of his body while at his residence. Perez was transported to Bimini Clinic, where he later succumbed to his injuries. According to Perez's friend and lawyer Juan Carreras, who spoke to WPLG Local 10, said he attempted to arrange for his friend to be airlifted to Jackson Memorial Hospital, but Carreras claimed Perez died before the arrangements were set. However, Dr. Sands explained that the doctor on duty was there to administer services and also contacted both U.S. and Bahamian air ambulances.
There is a protocol that is followed for air ambulances coming from the United States. They require admission, acceptance at a hospital. In the hour and 50 minutes or so that she was caring for him, no acceptance for admission to hospital in the United States was obtained. And as such, the air ambulance service was scrambled from New Providence to bring him to Doctors Hospital.
Dr. Sands said that despite this tragic incident, medical services have been quite effective.
Certainly, we have a pretty well-established air evacuation system. The clinics throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, while some of them need to be upgraded, some of them need to be replaced, they have provided very good care to Bahamians.
The health minister admitted that there are some areas that needed improvement, but he says it is still unclear if those issues played a part in Perez's death.
As the investigation unfolds, we will learn a little bit more about what happened to this gentleman, the nature of his injuries, which will be fully revealed with his autopsy.
An autopsy report will be ready in a few weeks to determine the cause of death. However, because the incident is a murder investigation, Dr. Sands says it will not be available to the public. Janelle Longley, Eyewitness News.
Security at government offices across the country expected to be bumped up following the shooting death of a Defense Force Marine on Sunday. The National Security Chief says new rules and regulations are also about to be introduced. Francesca Brown has more.
Security at all government buildings will be significantly improved, according to National Security Minister Marvin Dames, who admitted that the shooting death of a Defense Force officer on Government House grounds has exposed weaknesses in the current system.
I've had a team working on a policy in relations to security at government buildings to ensure that we bring the requisite security that is needed to protect these buildings to the forefront. And they have not yet completed their work, but should be completing their work shortly.
Dames said the Defense Force is responsible for the security of all government buildings, and he has directed the Commodore to immediately do an assessment of key government structures throughout the country and apply whatever resources are needed. An independent team of investigators has also been assigned.
So they will look at practices, procedures, and protocols, and to look to see what, again, what may have happened, how it happened, why it happened, and whether anyone was responsible for it happening. All right, and what we need to do in the short term to address any issues.
Now, in response to criticism from the opposition that a change in policy may have led to the murder, Dames said,
Well, last time I checked, they were the government about 2 years ago. What have they done? Right? What have they done? Okay. The leader of the opposition now has become an expert on security, right? But during their tenure 2 years ago, right, we had the bloodiest period in the history of this country. And so he is no expert on giving advice in that regard.
52-year-old Philip Rapal was shot and killed by a lone gunman shortly after 3 a.m. while on duty in the guardroom at Government House, the official residence of the country's head of state, the Governor General, on Sunday. Authorities also confirmed that the shooter entered the compound and opened fire on 4 RBDF officers, in addition to Rapal, but the father of 5 was the only person who was shot. Dames confirmed that the investigation is progressing. Francesca Brown, Eyewitness News.
A new performance report released by the Ministry of Finance today suggests government has managed to steadily close its deficit gap. The report, which looks at the country's third quarter financial performance, provides a detailed overview which shows that a surplus in the third quarter helped to fuel 51% of deficit reduction. While government says this is good news for the public purse, Finance Minister Peter Turnquest says there's still a lot more work to be done before the end of the current fiscal period. Theo Seeley has more on that report.
With only 63.7% of its budgeted revenue collected for this fiscal term, Finance Minister Peter Turnquest revealed today that government will be going after business owners who have been delinquent in paying their value-added tax contributions.
We recruited and are recruiting a number of accountants to help us beef up our compliance unit, audit section. And so in the next couple of months, I believe that you will start to see them as they get trained up. You will start to see us more active in the field, doing VAT visits to ensure compliance.
A part of government shortfall was attributed to gaming operators who have been delinquent in paying their taxes. Government has allegedly taken them to court. Finance officials released in a report Monday night that government initially projected it to collect $2.6 billion for this fiscal term. Now, according to the ministry's quarterly review, $600 million was collected in the third quarter, and over $960 million would have to be collected between April and June in order to meet its projected goal. Turnquest is cautious about making zealous predictions, but is optimistic that government will meet its target.
We continue to be very cautious about making any bold statements in this regard, because again, we still have 3 months to go. And as you know, anything can happen. Even as we go towards the hurricane season, anything can happen. But as we look at the trends and we've done our forecast for the end of the year, we do believe that we will meet our target.
Turnquest says government is pleased at its overall progress with shoring up its financial affairs to date. As of March 2019, the deficit stood at $129.2 million compared to $174.2 million at the end of December 2018.
This has been an exercise in changing the way that we think about government finances and spending. It is about putting in place the fiscal laws and rules that will cause discipline to be natural, and it's a bit of a cultural acclimation, if you will, to operating in a disciplined environment.
The Minnesota administration has asserted that it will completely eliminate the country's deficit within the remaining 3 years of its 5-year tenure in office. Theo Seeley, Eyewitness News.
Now, in response to the financial report, opposition Deputy Leader Chester Cooper said that the more fiscal snapshots are released, the clearer the picture of failed policy and bad administration by government. Cooper said it is astounding to learn that the government is $1 billion away from its revenue and accused the administration of budgeting poorly. For more on this statement, be sure and visit our website at ewnews.com. All right, well, things seem to have gone awry down at Potters Key Dock as a dispute has broken out between vendors and administrators of the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, and the reason why appears to be a conflicting story between the two sides. While government administrators have said that vendors were engaging in unlawful activity, vendors tonight have taken a firm stance in their position, saying they are prepared to take action. Matthew Moxie has more.
We will go and we'll have a demonstration and we'll close the area down for a few hours.
A shutdown of the Potters Key Dock may be imminent as an eviction notice stunned 7 Potters Key Dock vendors this week who say that the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources Board of Directors have gone rogue. According to Potters Key Dock Fish, Fruit and Vegetable Vendors Association President Orminic Bow, vendors who have been subletting their stalls have now lost their title of ownership. Demonstrating underneath the Sidney Poitier Bridge, Bow said that enough is enough.
The leasee in the stall is now the owner of the stall. We cannot have these things happening. We have 2 associations out here. They have no respect for the association. The association must know what is going on with every single member out here. If you give somebody else a letter saying that they own the stall, the association should know who that owner is.
Bow also lamented that she has made countless attempts to discuss matters with officials. However, according to her, the door of communication has been closed.
I was banned from the Public Markets Administration office on Friday. I was sent a message not to come there anymore. I am the president of Potters Key Dock Association. I stand for these people. I am stamped by the labor board. You understand me? To stand for these people. I have more to say on this dock than he does. And this is the things that he is doing. And also turn around and block me off the WhatsApp, which I didn't care.
Meanwhile, Bahamas Docks Allied Vendors Venue Association President Dwayne Bastian said that this is all an injustice.
We need some answers. We need to hear from the minister. We need to hear from the PS, the Permanent Secretary. We need to hear from someone. We need some answers as to what's going on here on Potters Key Dock, because it's not fair to some of the vendors.
On the other hand, Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources Deputy Permanent Secretary Dr. Linda Moxie Brown explained to Eyewitness News that the vendors' plight was self-inflicted due to illegal practices.
You cannot sublease government property if it's leased to you. That's a no-no. You're robbing from the government. And you want to charge who you proposing to lease to $1 zillion a week or a day or a month, which is totally illegal. For that, we can send a lot of people to jail without passing go.
Matthew Moxie, Eyewitness News.
Well, the government has reached an agreement with our Lukaya managerial staff on voluntary separation packages, and payouts are expected to begin as soon as next week. That's the word coming from the Tourism and Aviation Minister, Dionisio de Aguilar, who, while speaking with reporters outside of Cabinet this morning, said government is expected to pay about $5 million to some 91 managers beginning next week.
9 managers that are included in the deal, that may also somewhat. And we've agreed to pay them $3.7 million. They have other funds that are in an annuity that is with Family Guardian, which they will be entitled to tap into as well. So that'll take the total payout to $4.4 million. So this is a good day for Grand Bahama. It allows these employees to go home with a lump sum and to prepare for the upcoming employment opportunities that are going to present themselves with the Carnival Port and the Royal Caribbean acquisition of the Grand Lukaya.
We are just getting started in Eyewitness News, but when we come back, it's the road to the crown. Meet the 8 women vying for the Miss World Bahamas title. And later, we are live at Masqueraders for the countdown to Bahamas Carnival. We've got more on that coming up, but first, here's a check on tonight's weather forecast.
216 in Chicago today. Honey, I get into the shop.
Okay, babe.
Hey, you gonna tell her which shop you're going to? You gonna let her know where I going? Your priorities mix up. How much is that for your rent? My rent straight. Car insurance? Car insurance straight too. Lights, cable, water, groceries, leisure, things for the apartment. Okay, I got it.
Honey, what the lunch money for the children?
Take care of your priorities first. Remember, it's only a game, so please, game responsibly.
Y'all want to win some money or what? I need some serious people on this stage. There she go, 200, 400, 600. Oh, she joking. One of these gifts got a check for $10,000. Oh, 1,000 the ball tonight. You're going to need your own money. The money in number 7. Well, boy.
You are looking at live pictures over Baines in Grantstown, where the temperature is right around 78 degrees. We've got a low about 73 tonight. This is Eyewitness News. Welcome back. Strike action at Water and Sewerage Corporation is imminent as the unions representing employees at the state-run water company have been given the green light. This as Labor Minister Dion Folks signed off on 2 strike certificates today. This latest development follows a dispute with the Trade Union Congress and Ministry of Labor officials and the board of the water company, which questioned the validity of a strike vote taken by union members almost 2 weeks ago. Despite signing off on the strike action, the Labor Minister encouraged both sides to work towards an amicable agreement without any industrial action.
Certificate for the line staff union, and today, this morning actually, I signed the strike certificate for the managerial union. I had discussions with the Attorney General's office, also with the Director of Labor, and also with the Executive Chairman of Water and Sewage Corporation to come to a determination. And we thought that that was the right thing to do. But notwithstanding the fact that both strike certificates have been issued, I want to encourage both sides to please sit down and talk, to give a little bit and see if you can reach a resolution to the issues on both sides.
Now, after receiving the strike certificate, Line Staff Union President Dwayne Woods said that the certificate will be used as a, quoting him now, back pocket item, as a meeting is planned with corporation executives on May 7th. Woods telling Eyewitness News that the union plans to wipe the slate clean and looks forward to ironing out the existing issues. All right, the 8 new beauties vying for the coveted Miss World Bahamas title were unveiled this past weekend in a special launch at 7 Entertainment Center at the Point. The diverse group of young women who stem from all walks of life are the best and brightest, according to Miss Bahamas Organization President Michelle Malcolm, who said this year's theme, Reflections, Be the Change You Want to See, embodies the true essence of what the pageant is all about. Malcolm added that the organization will be doing things a little differently this year as it relates to the People's Choice Award. It's an element that she said will be sure to get the public fully involved.
One of the things that we've done differently this year is what we call the head-to-head challenge. In the past, we just asked people to vote for their favorite contestant, and the girl who got the overall amount of votes would become the People's Choice and automatically advance to the semifinals. But this year, we're doing it differently, borrowing something from the Miss World organization. We have split our contestants into 2 groups, and we have an interview that each group does called the head-to-head challenge. And what's now going to happen is the public will be invited to vote, and the 2 young ladies from each group who get the highest number of votes will then advance to round 2 of the head-to-head. And then the public will vote again to choose the overall winner, who will then become the People's Choice. We're also making sure that we do some things better than we did last year, like we didn't properly explain the voting system last year. And so a lot of people were very confused about that. So this year we're making sure there'll be no confusion. So one of the things that we've done.
All right, the pageant is set for May 26th at the Atlantis Resort. For more on this, visit our online entertainment section at ewnews.com. The countdown to Carnival is officially kicked off as the main event is just days away. And for the rest of the week, Eyewitness News will be visiting several bands that are currently in final preparation mode for the Road March this coming Saturday. Our April Sands is live tonight at the Masqueraders Band Camp, where we will kick things off. April.
Candino, last week was Survival of the Fittest, but tonight is the start of Celebration Week, and then Saturday officially will be the Road March. Now, behind me, we're obviously here at the camp, like you mentioned, but there's a line of persons picking up their costumes for the very first time, and according to media manager Timmy Bain of the Masquerades Group, this is completely abnormal compared to most groups. Timmy, you guys are super organized, I understand.
I mean, we are the Bahamas Masqueraders, so of course, this is the winner circle, but usually every year we try to make sure get the costumes over early because things could happen. Like as you see, some people got the wrong size. So today we always have 4 sections. Usually we do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But this year we'll be doing 2 sections per day. So we took Monday to really make sure everything is good. Today we got Afterglow and Sun Kiss. That's the green Afterglow, the orange Sun Kiss, and you come in. We have our sponsors Bacardi. You get a free drink, a free mojito on us. We have fruit, we have crackers. So
it is really set up to party in here.
Right. So we just want you to get used to what you can expect on the road.
Are you hoping everybody will get their costumes before the day of?
That's the plan. Because Friday we won't be here. Friday we resting for the road because as you see we have 1,200 people just like last year. And we're still open for t-shirt sections. We want that's $200. But tomorrow is Iridescence. And Eclipse is our most popular section. That's sold out in about a week. That's our black and pink.
1,200 is definitely a lot, but it's not too late for a lot of people. Tell them how they can be a part of it.
So just come here. We're behind this Island Gases on this is Mass Camp Island Gases on Fire Tree Road opposite Rubis. I'm just walking. As you can see, it's a mess, but we're organized. $50 for that. All you get a T-shirt. It'll be probably the Masquerades logo. You get the drink, eat all day, but stay hydrated.
So I want to ask you this: with all the criticism surrounding Carnival throughout these years, what are you hoping people will walk away from this year knowing about Carnival?
Just that the point is a celebration of life and community and music and just having fun. My thing is, you see people, they come to watch you, shake up and then judge. Don't look. Don't look. But it
isn't Junkanoo.
No, but don't come. It's not supposed to be a spectator sport. If you want to come, you can come jump in the line, have fun, but it's supposed to celebrate fun.
Now talk about tonight and the other nights with the parties.
So technically, the Carnival started from last week's Survival Weekend. So tonight, our Miami sponsor, Wasi, she's at the party at the rooftop. If you come, you might win a free ticket to Miami Carnival October. Tomorrow night, we have partnered with I Love Soca Jamaica. We're having the I Love Soca Bahamas Cooler Fest at Botanical Gardens. That's $35. Thursday night, we're having a moving truck juve. So we go on by the speed, the tracks. Yes. We go on by the tracks from 10 p.m. to about 4 a.m. in the morning.
Excellent. Well, we're just out of time now, but let me tell you, Candino, every time I come in here, it's so much energy in the room. But you guys, if you're looking forward to more, look into the online section of the Masquerades Group.
Bar Masqueraders everywhere.
Excellent. It's back to you in the studio, Candino, as I continue to have fun here.
All right, thanks a lot, April. That does it for us in the segment, but coming up in sports, Randy Smith, he's off the top with all the latest action. Randy?
Candino, a number of Bahamian track and field athletes performed well at the Penn Relays. We have results from them coming up in Eyewitness Sports.
Together, we've come so far. As we celebrate Bahamar's 2nd anniversary, we thank every Bahamian for helping make this long-held dream a spectacular success. With the largest casino in the Caribbean and 3 of the world's most respected hotel brands, every day we live our vision, elevating Caribbean luxury to brand new heights. We introduced ourselves to the world.
You're all going to Bahamar in the Bahamas.
And the world took notice. We welcomed new visitors to the Bahamas and shared with them our values of culture, community, conservation, and celebration. And we remain committed to the 5,000 employees who make Bahamar a success. Thank you for 2 years of spectacular. And here's to many more. We are Bahamar.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Randy Smith, and welcome to Eyewitness Sports. Well, we begin with some track and field news. Several Bahamian athletes competed over the weekend at the Penn Relays, including a large contingent from the University of the Bahamas. The UB men's 4x1 team was 32nd overall, the men's 4x2 team finished 12th, and the women's sprint medley team managed an 8th place finish in the collegiate division.
We did pretty well for a team that just running in the rain, and the weather was a little sticky, so we did pretty well.
The weather condition played a factor. The kids the boys especially coming in so late at night and then having to get back up early in the morning and traveling all day kind of affected their performance. I had a better team on paper this year. In the 4x2, we would have made the top 8 last year, and this year we've only got 12 and had a better team. So, with a slower time, so that told me that, under the conditions, they were not able to perform at their optimum best.
I think the girls' performance went okay. I think we could have done much better if they would have had probably more relay training and more consistency with practices, but overall I thought it was a good performance.
Also yesterday, matchups were announced for the upcoming High School National Soccer Championships, which kick off on May 7th. Anatole Rogers takes on St. Andrews girls. In the opening game, GHS boys play Aquinas, CR Walker girls take on Sunland, and Lucayan at International boys play CR Walker.
This year is the first time since we've been holding the High School Nationals that all of the divisions, all of the school bodies would have crowned their champions by the time High School Nationals roll around. This is significant because it speaks to your question about the level of play. In the past, we've had schools who finish their programs early in the year and then they have to come back and get restarted for High School Nationals. And so the level of play was not very good.
And in basketball news, Ole Miss commit Samuel Hunter was named Most Valuable Player at the signature All-Canadian Classic last weekend. The 6'8" forward finished with 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks in the game. Well, that does it for us in sports, but stay tuned. Eyewitness News continues in a moment. I'm Randy Smith. Have a great evening.
It's 5 events, 3 nights, 1 epic weekend. BTC and Calic presents the Bahamas Carnival Experience from May 3rd to May 5th at Clifford Park and Arawak KB. Night 1 and 2. There'll be 2 stages, the main stage and the Calic Light Foam Pit. For all you revelers who want to stay in the elements of Fete all night, we have an area just for you. And for you concert goers who just want to stay clean and enjoy the show, the main stage is all yours. Access to both areas are included in all ticket prices. So come and enjoy your favorite local soca and dancehall artists like Bunja Garland, Kes the Band, Dexter Daps, Patrice Roberts, and the king of soca himself, Machel Montano. Early bird tickets are only $40 for general and $60 for VIP for Friday and Saturday, and $20 for the Sunday beach party. Don't miss it.
You're watching Eyewitness News.
All right, coming up and beyond the headlines with Clint Watson, we've got an in-depth look at the new Immigration Amendment Bill. You don't want to miss it. It's coming up and beyond the headlines that starts right after this. That does it for us in Eyewitness News. It's certainly been a pleasure having you in our company tonight. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Candino Knowles saying good night.